Hello, poets. I'd like to introduce our panel of judges for this evening. We have the iconic poet, Sticky.
Hello.
We have the fabulous Miss K.
Hey.
And we seem to be missing our guest judge for this evening, the infamous Billy Collins, who you worked with earlier this week. Where can he be? Ah, Billy!
Yes, sorry. My brother Phil.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. I'd like to announce the fabulous prizes for the winner of World's Next Top Poet. You get a 1-year contract with Wordsworth & Company, $100,000, a 12-page spread in New York Times for your poetry, and the Golden Quill. All right, we're going to start with you, Robert Lowell. Come on up front and center here. I see your poem is called Skunk Hour. Very interesting name. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what it's about?
Basically, my poem is about my time in Maine, and it delves into the lost love that I see, and the uselessness of careless love, which is actually shown in the song that plays on the car radio.
All right. I thought it was great. I thought it was really insightful, and I really, really loved it.
I loved it.
So what about you, Miss Kay? What did you think it was?
I'll tell you what, honey. I did not agree with anything you said. See, I do not like your poetry style. I do not like you as a person. But the poem was not
I need water.
Alright, what about you, Billy?
I thought it was mostly wonderful, except that it's about a skunk, which I find a rather grotesque object of symbolism.
That is true.
It does smell. It do smell.
Alright, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, Octavio, why don't you come on up? No more cliches. Tell us a little bit about it.
My poem is about love, and it's an ode to women who do not, are not obsessed with facial and artificial beauty, and are proud of who they are as women. I discussed about, how cliches are so shallow, and I searched for the deeper meaning in beauty.
All right. Well, I thought it was a beautiful poem. I really appreciated your, point of view on women.
Woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like that poem. It is interesting. I like the subject matter. And excellent diction. Just excellent syntax and diction.
And,
Diction.
what was your view on it?
I thought it was a rather spectacular poem, especially considering that you wrote it in about 15 seconds. I have to say, I think that the subject matter is quite compelling, except that I think that cliches are not necessarily something to be ignored, and that they could actually be compiled into a form of media to make quite a great storyline.
That was very insightful. Thank you, Billy. All right, thank you, Octavio.
Thank you.
Octavio.
Edna, come on up.
Edna.
So the beanstalk. What exactly is this poem about?
My poem is about my take on Jack and the Beanstalk and how I feel about it, and it really shows my place in life and where I am today, and I just thought it was really good.
All right. Well, I was a little iffy on this poem. I didn't really get it. I thought it was a little grimy for me, a little bit.
My rhymes.
I think they're a little unnecessary. But I don't know. Billy, what was your point of view on this one?
I thought that the symbolism of the beanstalk was quite compelling.
That's a good point, Billy. That's a good point.
Thank you.
Compelling.
What about you, Sticky?
There was rhymes in it, and it was about a beanstalk.
did you think about this poem, Miss Kay? What was your point of view? How did you like it?
Well, honey, I do love beanstalks. I love beans. And when the two come together, beanstalks and beans, and climbing beanstalks and giants and rhyming, I do love it all. But from the deepest bottom of my heart, it was mediocre. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Thank you, Edna.
Thank you.
Alright. Well, yeah, just come on.
Wole.
Hello.
Alright, civilian and the soldier. Give us a little insight.
My poem is about how a civilian can be changed into a soldier by a civil war, and I explained the brutality of war and how like an everyday civilian can be like turned into a soldier.
Wow, that was very insightful. Thank you. That helped me understand a little bit more. I think it was well done. It's not my favorite thing you've done thus far, but I think it's still a good poem. Sticky?
I like, it was about a civilian and a soldier.
Very insightful, Sticky. Very insightful.
Billy?
No. Well, this poem would be, splendid were it not for the fact that it was a catastrophic debacle. You see, civilians are not soldiers. This presents a problem, considering that this is the basis of the entire poem.
But maybe it was a symbol for, it was supposed to be a metaphor.
Symbolism.
Maybe, possibly. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Forgive me, perhaps if I had listened a bit more, I would have understood.
You should have.
Well, first of all, I love the hat. I dig it. I would love to borrow some of that. Second of all,
It's fabulous.
I thought the poem was very deep, and I do, on all accounts, agree with everything you said in the poem, and I think you should win the whole competition.
Oh.
C
For
minus.
Miss K.
Oh,
You
look at
should
that.
be very
C
proud.
minus.
C
I
minus.
say C minus.
Wow. That is a high mark for Miss K. Alright, thank you all.
Thank you.
And Heinrich, with the 10 extra seconds, come on up. So yours was called The Lorelei. What exactly does this poem entail? What is it about?
Alright, well, my poem was about a mythical creature known as the Lorelei, and I wrote this because many of my poems revolve around love, and I decided to go in a different direction this time by using a mythical creature instead of relating to love stories that I personally experienced. And I tried to demonstrate how love can be more than just a good thing. It can also be like the downfall of people.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I hate this poem. I'm sorry, it's just, I think it's the worst piece you've done the entire competition thus far, and I think that shows not something good. I mean, you should be progressing as a poet through this competition, and I think you've just steadily decreased, and I think this is just terrible. I don't know. What's your opinion?
Lorelei. I want to name my next daughter Lorelei. It's a beautiful name.
It's a beautiful name. That is the only part about it I liked, the name.
Definitely Lorelei. And that's it.
Thank you for your input. Miss Kay?
Well, first of all, I do disagree with your synopsis of the poem, and I do believe that Lorelei is not a mythical creature, and I believe that it is the young lady from Gilmore Girls. And
Yes.
I love her.
Love
I
her.
love